The Climate Change Commission are hosting an event here today at the Wales Millennium Centre in tandem with the COP21 conference in Paris to show the strides Wales are making towards climate change.
Well, we're here today to really coincide with the events in Paris where all the global leaders have gathered over this last 2 weeks to look at a global solution to climate change. We're looking here at a commitment of the parties in Wales. That's our COP. It's the COP in Paris and it's the COP in Cardiff, and it's the commitment of the parties. So it's looking at the political parties, their commitment to delivering on solutions to climate change, and also other parties, so the local authority sector, the business sector, the community sector, all of whom have got a key role in delivering alongside government the solutions that we need.
Why is it so important to hold conferences like this in Wales?
Well, I think it's really important that this is a global effort, and obviously you've seen what's happened in Paris and what's happening in Paris. It's really important now to make that real at a local level, so we're trying to connect the two, the global debate to the local debate, and that's why it's really important to bring people together in Wales to say, OK, how are we going to collaborate? How are we going to work together? How are we going to deliver?
What kind of role do you think politicians can play in this moving forward?
Yeah, politicians have got a key role. They've got a key leadership role. It's all about a consistency of decision making by politicians, so no mixed messages, an absolute commitment and consistency of decision making. It's all about ensuring that there is a political framework in terms of a legislative framework that supports delivery of low carbon economy, and also it's about a partnership between the public sector, the government, and the private sector. That's going to be essential if we're going to deliver.
It's important for Wales to be involved. I think we've achieved a lot in the last decade in terms of our approach to sustainable development and climate change, but there's a lot more that we could be doing and we should be doing, and I think it's important for us to show leadership and to give people ideas on what they can do to take action on climate change.
And what are you hoping moving forward? What are you hoping conferences like this will achieve?
I'm hoping the conference will inspire people, will inform people, and will hopefully create a little bit of a buzz really following the talks in Paris, and for people to realise that we can make a difference here in Wales.
As a politician, I'm clearly here to articulate what we hope to be delivering as potentially the next Welsh Government, but also to listen to what others have to say. Clearly we need to be taking the best ideas, the brightest ideas, and implementing them best we can to meet the climate change challenge. Now, I see this very much as framing that particular challenge for the next Welsh Government post-May.
And so why do you think it's important that politicians get involved in this kind of thing?
Well, politicians can't achieve, emissions reductions, for example, on their own, but certainly they can create a framework and an environment that allows that to happen. I'm very proud of the fact that the Assembly currently is legislating to establish statutory targets in terms of carbon emissions. So it's those kinds of levers, I think. We have a moral obligation, of course, to tackle climate change because we know what the impacts will be on large parts of the world. In fact, we've seen closer to home in recent days with the flooding examples of what the outcomes can be in terms of climate change. But also there's a legal obligation. We are in Wales creating legislation now, setting a legally binding target in terms of carbon emissions, and we have European obligations as well that we have to meet. So it's key that, despite us being a small country, that we play as equal a part, if not a stronger part, than many other countries in this world.
Today's event aims to look towards the future for climate change and address the role Wales will play in reducing it. This is Laura Allen from Cardiff Bay for Hello Cardiff.